shit, man. Oh, you know what? I'm giving it everything I got. I'm going full strength. I've got my hand in the glove in case I whack my hand with a hammer. Oh my god, it's unbelievable. Even when I get this one out, I've still got the other one to do. This may have beaten me, this one. Yeah. This one's tough. This one is tough. So I have been trying hard, I promise. Oh my god, that is one stubborn bastard. All right. So here we go again in the theme of learning new things. Today this front wheel is coming off the bike. I've never taken the front wheel off this bike before, or any bike for that matter. And another thing I've never done is removed bearings and replaced them with new ones. So with that in mind, as before, please don't treat this as a tutorial or a how-to, okay? So this is going to be me again learning a new skill. So let me show you the tools that I've got for this particular job, and then we'll get cracking. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, we have the axle adapter attached to my breaker bar. We have the bearing puller. I've just pulled the correct size one out of the kit. This is the sort of reverse hammer sort of thing to remove the bearing. We have a new set of bearings and new seals, and that's some bearing grease. We have an Allen key to undo the pinch bolts on the forks. This is for the what do you call it, the front mudguard. We have some grease. Now this is the thing, there's so many different types of grease. This is LM grease, and at the front it says avoid overpacking bearings, so I presume it's okay for bearings. We have the rather lovely Motion Pro bearing driver set for when we want to push it back in. A magnetic tray to put all the bits and bobs in so I don't lose any. We have a torque wrench for doing the axle and the pinch bolts. We have some tissue to do any cleanup, and we have a candle for romantic reasons. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the mud guard off, remove the brake calipers. Oh, that's another thing I've got a jack over there. Actually, let's do that now to take the, because even though it's on the center stand, there is still weight on the front wheel. It can't be moved, so I'm going to lift that up and I'll show you doing that. So in case you're interested, this is Halford's own brand 2-ton hydraulic trolley jack, and I believe it was 39 of your English pounds. So not off to a perfect start. Usually with these I use the Allen key bit on the drill on a low speed, a low torque setting to undo it. I never use it to do it up because I don't want to strip them, but this one just will not. But look how badly it's rounded off. So what I'm going to try and do is, it should be okay to take the wheel off without removing the mudguard. It should just come out, shouldn't it? So we'll try that. I'm going to remove the calipers now and put those to one side. But yeah, that ain't going anywhere. Bumholes. Okay. Okay, so next thing I need to do, now the calipers are free, are undo or loosen off these pinch bolts at the bottom of the forks there. Some on both sides? Oh no, just one side. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll take this axle out and hopefully the wheel should just pop out. But what I want to do actually is I want to take some photos just of down there, because I'm not sure if there's different size spacers on either side. So just for reference sake, I'm going to take a couple of quick snaps. Okay, so left hand side as you sit on the bike, no lines on the spacer. Right hand side as you sit on the bike, 2 lines on the spacer. Ooh, ah. Okay, that came off pretty good. I presume you just have to loosen these off and not take them out completely. Ooh, ah, yeah! God blimey. Oh, wow, okay. Need to get some leverage. There we go, there we go. Woo! Right, let's get this axle out. We have movement. I'll take the weight off the wheel. Come on, boy. Hey. Oh, it's still quite greasy, which is good. It's not dry. There's no massive gouges in it or scratches or anything. Okay, let's put this in the old tray. And oh, it does come out without taking this off. So there's the spacer with the 2 notches on it. Now, in case you're interested, this is what I use to wash my hands with. And you can do your hands and your tool and some surfaces. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the current state of affairs. Yeah, it all looks quite nice in there. It's quite clean, which is good. Obviously, we're going to take these dust seals out. See the spacer in there. So what we've got, a dust seal, the bearing, a spacer. Let's have a look on the other side. Let's take this washer off. Now what we got here, yeah, so this is just one. So are they actually, let's check the differences. Yes, so that's good to know. So the small one on the left hand side and the larger one on the right hand side as you sit on the bike. Okay, so let's have a look, see what it's like in here. Yeah, that looks, so same again on this side. Dust seal, bearing, spacer. Any circlips on there or anything? I don't think so. And I can tell. Right, let's get this wheel out and get it on the bench. I'm just going to make sure there's no circlip on either side of these. I can't really see one, but I just want to make sure, and I'm going to give it a quick wipe in there on that dust seal just to see what we're dealing with. Right, so let's get this dust seal out. Hey, all right, I'm gonna have a good look at the bearings now. There's the old dust seal. Still looks like it's in decent condition. It's not, you know, ripped or anything like that. Or it all looks pretty complete. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick wipe in here. I think there is a circlip in here. I can feel something. Whoa! Yes. Well, what was that? It just fell off. Oh. bit of paint. Oh, thank God for that. So there is a circlip just on top of the bearing on this side. I'm going to flip it over and check the other side. Actually looks like quite fresh grease on some of these bits, that white stuff. Anyway, let's have a good look in here. Wow, look at the paint just coming off there, look. On the other side of the tyre, there is no circlip. This is how the wheel sits on the bike. On the left hand side there's a circlip, but on the right hand side there is no circlip. So let's just get that circlip out and then start taking the bearings out. Yeah, pretty good nick, nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's get these bearings out. So the idea with this apparently is, whilst the bearing is in the wheel obviously, this goes through the centre of the bearing and then you tighten it up and it spreads out those four sort of legs at the bottom there, grips onto the inside of the bearing because it's got like a little sort of lip there, you can see that, and then you pull it out. So never used it before, let's just see what happens. I think that should do it. Then you get this contraption, then you screw that into here. It's not moving. If this thing doesn't work, I'll have to try the old bagging it out from the other side with a screwdriver, see if that does it. Let's just carry on. That's all you can do, Billy. That's all you can do. Alright, here we go. Right, I'm going to have to try the other side. Holy smokes. So I'm literally lifting the wheel off the floor with the force I'm putting in. It's just not budging. Yeah, that definitely hasn't budged an inch. So, whew. Oh, it's time to get the hammer out. Oh boy, I need a hammer, a screwdriver. Jeez, I'm sweating. Whoa! So this is the stage I'm at. I've got the grip in there as tight as I can get it. I've got a screwdriver going through there and I'm whacking it with a sledgehammer and the bloody thing will not budge an inch. Right, I'm going to bloody persevere with this. Yeah, you're not helping, mate. You are not helping. Oh. So, I've been trying for about a good half an hour, 45 minutes to try and get that bearing out. Either one. Just can't do it. Come on! Oh. Keep going, Billy. Come on. Look what I've done to the end of this tool. So if I didn't explain it earlier, let me explain it again. I couldn't get enough pulling force on the bearing puller, so I drove, what have I got? I drove that through the other side, through the other bearing, and tried to bash it out instead. This is the only way I could get like an edge on it. This is the only way I could make oh shit, I can't even speak. This is the only way I can make contact with the bearing via this thing. So this thing's, look, it's mullered, absolutely mullered. So I'm just going to carry on with the other side, see how we do. But look at the state of it. The outer casing's come off. Out. That didn't, oh my god, why are you so zoomed in so much on my fat head? That didn't even budge it. All that effort you saw me just put in there, why is it not moving? What I'm wary of doing is, because it's slightly up on one side than the other, I'm trying to even it out by bashing up the other side because I don't want to knock it out crooked. When this bearing finally comes out, and it will come out, I'm going to frame it. I'm going to stick it in a frame and stick it on the wall as a indicator to persevere. Just keep bloody going, Billy. Keep going. I want to go to bed. Oh God. Replace your bearings, they said. It's easy. Actually, no one said it was easy. Obviously, what I don't want to do once I'm swinging this mother around is miss the top of this and whack the disc. That would be shit. Alright, okay, you saw that, right? You saw the force I was putting into that. Look. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It just will not budge. I don't have a proper blowtorch to heat the hub up. hubbub. What I do have though is lighter fuel, and I know when you turn the can upside down it freezes. I could use that to freeze the bearing, try and make it contract. I'll try anything. I'll try anything. That's definitely frozen it. Just opening up the door. Right, let's try that. You can see it's all iced up. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, what a surprise, it did bugger all. I'll tell you what, it definitely froze it. Right, let's keep going. Don't stop, Billy, don't stop. Where's your glove? It's like it's welded in. Right, I'll come back to you. Honestly, I'm such a dope sometimes. All the while I thought I was spraying WD-40 on it, I was spraying degreaser. Shit. Okay, now I've sprayed WD-40 on it. What a twonk. Carry on, shall we, Billy, until midnight, bashing this effing bearing out? Now, it sounds slightly counterintuitive, but I thought what I'd do is I would bash the bearing back in, as mad as that seems, see if that will give me a new angle to approach it from. So I've bashed it all the way back in using the bearing driver, which works great, but the only thing that does bloody work. Sprayed a lot of WD-40 on it, and then I'm going to try again. See if that works. I'm kind of running out of ideas now, to be honest. Yeah, let's carry on. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's out. Oh, sweet Jesus. Look at the state of it. Bashing it back in again, really. Oh my God. I told you I'd bloody do it though, didn't I? Oh, Billy perseveres, I'll tell you that. Oh, fuck. I'll tell you what, when I put these new ones back in, I'm going to grease the living shit out of them. Alright, I'm going to start cleaning this hub, put the new ones back in, go to bed. I'm done. I'm done. Ah! I was quite concerned that I was going to like split the hub in here or damage it beyond repair. There's a few scratches. This is going in a frame. This is going in a bloody frame. So I'm just going to apply some of this grease just around the edge. I don't even know whether I'm doing this right or not, whether I should actually be doing this, or whether it should go on the bearing, or how much to put on, blah blah blah. I presume that is enough. I don't think I actually care anymore. Just going to put a little bit on the outside of the bearing. And okay. Oh, I'm knackered. The good thing about using the Motion Pro bearing driver is that this central core, which there's loads of different sizes, it keeps the driver centered and it doesn't rock. So if you was using like a undersized socket and bashed it in that way, it's likely to move and whack against the hub, whereas this is locked in place essentially. So I'm going to start whacking this in, and apparently you should hear a change in noise when it hits the part, when it hits the lip. So let's just go for it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're in. Do another little check. Does that look good? Looks good to me. Oh, it feels smooth. Oh God, where's my bloody circlip pliers? Hello? Oh, there. Stare me right in the face. Honestly, I'm so relieved. I cannot tell you. Are we in? I think we're in. Torchy! Torchy, where are you, Torchy? Oh, Jesus. Whew. Actually, before I put the spacer in, I'm going to put on, just get the dust seal on there. Put a bit of grease on that as well. Alright, dust seal is in, looking good. Everything is straight and true. There we go, all greased up. I'm not going to put too much on because I don't think it needs too much, does it? Let's get the final bearing on and dust seal. Just making sure it's straight. There's the change in the noise. And we're in. Oh God, I never thought the day would come. Shitting hell. Let's get this dust seal in. Like plenty of grease on there. Just before I put it back on the bike, I'm just making sure the axle goes in freely, and it does. It's turning nice. Thank God for that. Could you imagine having to take those out again? Let's get it back on the bike. So that's been greased up. The spacers have been cleaned and greased. I think what I'm going to do is just tidy everything up first and then put the wheel back on. State of the place. Okay, the spindle goes in and out good. We're all greased up, dust cap's back on, everything is aligned. I was thinking to myself, oh God, what brake disc goes where? I have to check the orientation of the tyre, but you just have a look at the bloody, what's it called, the ABS sensor, and just stick it on the side that the thing's on. Oh yeah. Right, where's my spindle? Where's my greasy? Is it a spindle or an axle? Not sure. Right now I don't really care. So the side, the washer with the two lines on this side. Come on. Yes. Oh, it's moving nice. Oh, it's moving good. It didn't do that before. Well, it did, but not as easy as that. Look how free flowing that is. Right, I'm going to tighten this spindle up, do the pinch bolts, torque this up to the right setting, torque the pinch bolts up to the right setting. Then I'm going to spin the wheel, give it a good listen to, check it over, see it's nice and straight. Then I'm going to go have a cup of tea and a sandwich. Alright. I was going to do this up hand tight. Give it a little spin. Make sure it's running straight. What a mission. Completely silent. Whereas before it'd sound a bit gritty and I've only gone and bloody done it. Oh, Billy boy. Right, I'm just going to check the photos that I took to make sure everything looks as it was. Unfortunately, you're on it, so I've got to turn you off. Okay, I just checked the pictures. It all lines up, so we're good. I've got to do this on the camera phone because I've got through 2 batteries on the on the Sony camera. Oh, right. Let's get the torque setting. See what the torque setting is. So front wheel spindle axle bolt 65 Newton meters. Front wheel spindle pinch bolts 22. So 65 and 22. Do it to show you. Ready? There you go. Actually, before I tighten these pinch bowls up properly, I did promise that I'd give them a clean. That's what I'm going to do. Because they're a little bit crunchy. Crunchy wunchy. Oh, I'd have a crunchy right now with a cup of tea. You can't though, Billy. You have to do your bloody... Ooh, learning new stuff. Ooh, it's so much fun. It is fun, actually. I have enjoyed it, despite the cursing and the huffing and the puffing. I have enjoyed it. And like any of these sort of things, the first time you do it, you know, it's the learning process is the difficult bit, it's the tricky bit, not knowing. But now I know what to expect. I'll never do it again. No, I will do it again. I will. I think the next job will probably be the rear wheel bearings. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of things I want to do to this bike. We're at 22 Newton meters. Let me just double check that. 22. Did that even go? Did that click? Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, I better put the calipers back on. They might come in handy. Right, quickly going to do that, then we're going to do a recap. A general summary of tonight's proceedings, okay? Sugar lumps. Sugar plum fairy. Oh, 50 of your Newton meters. Okay. There we go. Feels nice. Whoa! Bloody hell, I nearly lost it then. I'm so weak. Oh, man, I don't know what the time is. What a night. I told you I'd do it though. I bloody persevered. I can't believe the amount of force I was putting into that bearing, and it was not budging. And it's not like it was at a really like a funny angle, like it was getting caught. It just wouldn't move. And there was definitely no circlip in it, because we checked that, we cleaned it, then we checked. It came out eventually, but a lot of WD-40 and yeah. So what have I learned from this merry adventure? Well, like I said, despite the huffing and the puffing and the swearing and the getting annoyed at it, it was a good experience, and it is a good experience because now I know how to do it. Essentially, I've learned a new skill, which is the whole point of this thing. I think what I will do in the future is possibly get one of those, another bearing puller. Although it might be easier with the rear wheel with that system that I already have, but I like to have a few options. But they have one which is like a kind of bridge which sits over the bearing, and it connects with it, and you turn a bolt, and it sort of, as you're turning the bolt, it pulls it out slowly, as opposed to that kind of bang bang kind of business, which didn't work for this one. There's no way I could have conjured up enough sort of upward force to get the bearing out in the way that that bearing driver is designed to be used. I just couldn't summon enough force for it. And you saw how hard I hit that with a sledgehammer. Amazing. So that bearing I'm going to keep forever. I'm going to frame it. So what have I learned? Just, it's one of those things, you just got to persevere. And just keep double checking it as you're doing it. Make sure, because I was quite conscious of gouging the inside of the hub, like the actual housing itself where the bearing would sit, because if I did that the bearing wouldn't sit right and it would throw the whole thing off. There's a few little scratches in there, but nothing too bad. I mean, it sucks that happened, but yeah, generally it's okay. It's okay, and the wheel spins fine. It feels good. It's not notchy. It's nice and smooth. And it went in a lot easier than what it came out. The new bearings went in a lot easier. The Motion Pro bearing driver set is excellent. I thoroughly recommend that because it keeps the actual driver unit straight and true, so you know you're not whacking on the actual side of the hub, which is good. But it's back in. We're done. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'm gonna go to bed. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking up and watching that. You're incredibly patient, I must admit. Cheers guys, take it easy. Hope you enjoyed that one. Take care. See you later on. Bye.